Hello, hello, and we are live. Oh my God, I've got a flashlight lighting. It's this tablet. It's lighting me. Oh my God, how do I do this? Hello, what's up, everybody? I'm Dallas De Leon. Welcome to Let's Talk on Camera. We are coming to you from Southern California, beautiful state of California. And I know you heard a lot of people left, but that makes more room for us. More and more people come every single day. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm just checking my sound here because I want to make sure that you hear me. Hola, say hello. If you're in the comments, say hashtag replay. If you're watching the live, you want to say hashtag live. Okay, where am I? I got to hear. I got to make sure I am sounding good. Hey, you guys, if you can make a comment, I want to see the chat. Let me full screen. God, I'm being lit so badly because of this tablet. This tablet light is strong. Geez, let me lower it. Um, just checking my sound. While I'm checking my sound, why don't you guys put in hashtag replay or hashtag live if you're watching live. And if you're watching from the East Coast, hashtag East Coast, hashtag West Coast. Oh dear, why is it not showing on my tablet? Let me check my phone. Hold on. Guys, I just have to check the sound real quick because I do not want bad sound. Hey, welcome everybody from YouTube and Facebook. If you are watching from YouTube, put in hashtag YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook, put in hashtag Facebook. We are playing on all those platforms. So I have a business and a personal page. You find my personal page. You know, for the longest time, it was under Deliana Dallas because somebody had it. But now I just noticed that my URL is Facebook com/idallasleon, which I'm so shocked at because my name was taken for so long. Did any of you guys ever have that where your name was taken from Facebook and you couldn't get your own name on Facebook? Okay, I'm just checking sound. Hey, how do I sound? I don't know who that somebody's watching. So how do I sound? Somebody made a comment. Let me see the comments. Hold on. Okay, so guys, do I sound okay? I gotta check. I gotta double check. So when you do something like this, StreamYard, you always have to check sound because sometimes it don't know work. It doesn't not work. You just never know. Okay, live. I'm up there live. Checking sound. Let's see. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I wonder if it's not playing because I'm in my headphones. All right, I'm hoping that you guys hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm just making sure that you can guys hear me because today has been a day of sound issues. So making sure, can you hear me, guys? Making sure that you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Let me put that in the chat because I can't check on my. All right, so today, I'm sure somebody will tell me. So for some reason, it's not playing on my phone. Usually I can check the sound, but sometimes when I have my headphones on, it doesn't play. And sometimes when I'm on StreamYard, it doesn't play. Okay, so okay, guys. So today we're going to talk about. Oh my God, 3 minutes in. Oh my God, checking sound is not working. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure that somebody can hear me. Just let me know. All right, so I'm going to get started. Hello, YouTube, and hello, Facebook. Welcome to Let's Talk on Camera. Let's see here. Wait. Banners. I need my banners. Okay, so hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk on Camera Conversation Mastery with me, Dallas. God, this thing is so white. I want to make it less white. Can we make it less white? Yes, we can. That's a moody lighting. But I can't see anything. So that means I'll hide the chat. I don't want to hide the chat. Okay, so it's a little bit like flashlight lighting today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk on Camera Conversation Mastery with Dallas. We talk all things media, the mastery of interviews, and on-camera conversations, and speaking, connecting, and jiving. Yesterday, I did a live podcast on. God, I hate my lighting right now. Yesterday, we did a live podcast, and we did it on making room for your content planning. Can you let me know if you can hear me, guys? Making sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Just say yes, hearing, hashtag hearing is okay. Going back to the comments, waiting for somebody to comment that they can hear me. Come on, because you can do it. Say, I can hear you. Okay. Somebody will tell me they can't hear me sooner or later, right? All right, great. So let's talk on camera conversation mastery with me. And we're going to talk about creating content and doing a content planner. Yesterday, I talked about making room for your content. Today, we're going to do a deep dive of creating content that's exhilarating, brilliant, and doesn't super overwhelm you. There's a couple of steps that people don't understand, and I'll talk about the mistakes I think most people make when they go to create content. So let me bring my presentation up here. And if you want to make a comment, please make a comment before you leave. I know I don't like mind people coming in and out, but like before you leave, hashtag, why don't you do a hashtag replay, hashtag live, or if you're watching from the East Coast, hashtag East Coast or hashtag West Coast. Come on now, I'm a West Coast girl now. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk on camera conversation mastery. Today we're going to talk about, oh no, we did that yesterday, making room for content. Today we're going to talk about, oops. Hold on a second, guys. This is not the right slide. Why is that not the right slide? This is my StreamYard. So sometimes StreamYard hooks up to the wrong slide. Let's make sure it's the right one. Hold on, guys. Stand by. And if you are listening from the East Coast, please say East Coast and West Coast. Hello, YouTube. I love YouTube. Haven't been on here in a minute. Let me see if I can get the right slide here. Okay. For some reason, I can't get the other title on there. That's very odd. Oh, I know why. That's why. Okay, I got it now. Okay, so when you're doing live, something will go wrong. Okay, so Facebook and YouTube, for all you content creators and all you podcast makers, understand when you do live, what will go wrong, can go wrong, and will go wrong. So forgive yourself and keep it moving. The good thing about live is that it's up and done, and it's great because it's done. And it gives you a lot of practice to be on your toes and to keep your broadcast tight because we don't have do-overs in the real broadcast world. Okay, so is this still on the wrong? This is still on the wrong slide, guys. Sorry, this is my. Let me fix this StreamYard. So when whatever will go wrong can go wrong and will go wrong. So let me look at it one more time. This is not the right one. Let me fix this, guys. Google Slides. Add Google Slides. Here we go. Okay. So when you're doing StreamYard, you got to add the Google Slides and they don't automatically go to them. They go to the old ones when you added them before. So you kind of have to re-add them. So I'm re-adding them now. StreamYard is a great platform. It helps you stream live. I'm so white because there's a big white screen in front of me. Title presentation. That's what I want. Select that. Okay, I think I'm set, guys. All right, I just wanted to make sure I had the right slides for you. So if wherever you're watching from, if you are watching this replay, don't you dare watch any part of this video and not make a comment. And I'm talking to you YouTubers too, because I just came back to YouTube. I was on here 5 years ago, 10 years ago, a long time, and I haven't been back in a while. I'm back for good, but I did create 10 YouTube channels for my clients. So I do know YouTube very well. I'm teaching on camera podcasting now because I'm a experienced broadcaster for 30 years. Oh, here we go. So this is the right, is this not the right? Here it is. This is the right, finally the right screen. Yay. We're talking about creative content planning. If you've ever been curious to create more videos, create more content on all your social media platforms, especially YouTube, especially Instagram Reels, there is a process and a way to do it where you can make it exciting and fun for everyone. There's a couple of rules that you have to live by and stand by. And I'll tell you right now, people that are teaching, these online courses and on camera teaching that they'll teach you less than 90 days, you can make money. I'm like, it's really not as easy as that, because you have to build your content and it takes a minute to build your content. I would say it would take at least 3 to 6 months, if not a year, to get organized enough, because you would need a funnel. You'll need that. To build a funnel by itself is a lot of work. That's what these people are telling you. So I'm letting you know that I'm super transparent. I'm super honest. And I want to build a following on my YouTube. I haven't been on a while, but I built 10 YouTube channels, so I'm good. I'm good. So if you are interested in getting some on-camera training and some, just the steps there, there are things that you can do. You can sign up for my newsletter at idallasmedia.com. If you go to Facebook at Dallas Leon, you can go and sign up for uh, you can see on the top, I'll be giving a class for tomorrow, and you can check out that class. It's in the Media Lounge. There's a link there for my Media Lounge. It's a private Media Lounge, and you can get private training there. I'm giving my first private training of how to book guests for your podcast. So it's going to be a private training. It's going to be at 6 o'clock, same time, same channel. But I'm not going to be here on this free platform here. I'm going to be inside my Facebook group. The only way to get that is for you to sign up my email newsletter, or you can just use the link on the top of my Facebook page profile, and you can get in that way. So here we go. Let's talk about creative content planning. For you to not be overwhelmed and to really do content planning the right way. I see a lot of mistakes, and I see a lot of content creators make these mistakes. They don't know the right way, they don't know what to say, and they don't know the right content to make. First of all, let me give you a shout out to this time and place that we're doing this. This is in November 2023, and it doesn't matter. Most of the things that I talk about are kind of universal and timeless most of the time, but I want to make sure that you understand the time frame we're in, so that you understand what's relevant and what's sexy and what works. Right now, guys, YouTube Shorts is happening. It is giving you lots of fuel, YouTube Shorts. So if you want to get in the game real quick, do a lot of YouTube Shorts. There is a structure to the script. On any of my platforms, I give a little quick videos, like a minute videos on how to structure scripts. I'm doing fast and dirty, teaching you how to write scripts really quick for a camera. And you don't have to write a script. It's kind of more of a bullet pointed thing, but you want to be prepared. You want to have bullet point prepared. So I'm telling you, YouTube Shorts is hot right now, right? So it's November 2023. YouTube Shorts is super hot right now. So each platform, an arm of their platform becomes hot. As a new thing comes, but you got to keep on, you got to ride all these little horses. That's just the way it is. And creating content for your social media, you'll never regret it, because once you build a momentum, once you build a little format, you'll be able to do it repetitively. The problem that I see a lot of creators make is that they create these big, elaborate ideas and create this monumental show that they want to do, but they don't realize, keep it simple, guys. If you're going to do a podcast, if you're going to create content, if you want to create content ahead of time, do it in 3 month to 4 month quarterly, and just have a similar theme. It doesn't have to be the same thing every day, but at least have a sense of the message that you want to put out. Okay, so let's start to talk about content, creative content planning. As you well know, my background is in broadcast. I work for MTV, VH1, Extra Access Hollywood. I was in broadcast for, gosh, I think 12, 15 years. I was an actress for 15 years as well. And a lot of that crossed over each other. I was acting and hosting and doing entertainment news broadcasts. So I do know a little bit about storytelling and on-camera speaking and podcasting and all that stuff. But I also work with the new school kids. And I wanted to talk to you guys who want to sit back like a diva and create content, but not be overwhelmed. This is how I picture myself. I actually want to take a picture like this and put it on my website. But you want to sit back and relax and be in control of your content, not your content being in control of you, right? So if you agree with me, say, yep, I agree with you in the comments. I do not want my social media being in control of me. I want to be in control of it. So let's talk. And I see content creators make this mistake all the time, is if they don't understand how to start. So when you're asking like, what kind of content should I make? What, how do I start? Like, what am I going to talk about? You really have to stop and think of like, why are you doing it? Number one, what is the reason why you're doing it? Whether it's a podcast, whether it's a reel, whether it's a post, like, why are you doing the post? I'm doing it because I want to build my followers on Instagram. I'm doing it because I want to really connect with people, my friends and family more, or I'm doing it because I want to create a more professional environment on my Facebook page or on my business page. There's got to be a reason, and you want to write that reason down. So if you have a reason, you want to do great content, and there's a season, right? You have a reason and a season, then you want to sit down and write that right now. Why don't you do that right now? Write the reason and the season that you're doing it in. The reason is, for me, I want to create more engagement and let people know about the offer I have, which is a podcast training offer. I am re-engaging my audience on Facebook. Sometimes you have to do that. You know, it gets cold. Platforms get cold if you don't use them. So you want to re-engage them. You want to warm them up. And so you want to put down the reason, so write down the reason why you're creating content, the reason you're going to do a podcast, the reason you're going to start to be on Facebook more, the reason you're going to start to create a television series or whatever it is that you want to create, the reason, and the season. The season for me is November through March. I do quarterly. And since we're going into the holidays, November, December, it's kind of like dead. So I'm using the first whole quarter of next year. So I'm getting ready for the first whole quarter of next year, warming up my audience, and then selling my online course in January. I hope that makes sense. So the first mistake I feel that content creators always make in terms of creating new, amazing content is they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They kind of do random stuff and they kind of just go crazy. They do these long form videos and they'll cut them up and slice them up and throw them out there. There's no strategy. And I don't want you to spend too much time on strategy, but I don't want you to spend too little time on strategy either. Listen, you got to be prepared. I prepared my open. I prepared everything for today. I prepared the slide. Like, I'm so prepared. I didn't prepare today. I prepared the other day. If you haven't seen the other video on part one of this, you should go see it, because I talk about how you should prepare to shoot on a separate day where you have time before and time after. So having said that, a lot of content creators, I think the mistake they make is they're not sure what to do or say, and they randomly just put workout information. And it's important that there's a methodical way to creating content and planning it in the right way. So I'm going to show you how today. So one of the first things they need to do is think about your audience. So you want to think about the audience that you want to reach. Why are you doing this? And what is the audience that you want to reach? So again, why are you doing it? The reason, the season, and the audience you want to reach. God, I can't think of a word like that rhymes with, that means audience, that rhymes with season and reason. If anybody has a suggestion on that, let me know. So think about your audience. You want to think about your audience's probable age, their probable sex, their education, their economic status. Now, you don't have to think of all of these, but a sense of their age, sex, education, I think, matters. So you're kind of specific about who you're trying to target, because then that's going to dictate what kind of content you write, right? Because we're going to go in pre-production and do the writing of the content first, even if you jot down the titles. Freestyling it is not suggested. I know a lot of people, especially you new YouTubers, freestyle a lot, but it'd be so much easier if you had just a format, a way of just kind of bullet pointing things. It'll give you a structure, a frame, and you won't be so like flying by the seat of your pants. So think about your audience when you're creating content. You want to think about their probable age, their sex, their education, their economic status, their social position, their values, and their assumptions. And this is gonna make sense in a second. So I want you to write down so far the reason, the big why you're doing content, the season you're doing it in, right? Because I'm in November through March. That's what I'm doing it for. It's 5 months. Normally, I do every 4 months. So I go every season, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. And I create similar content. It's a lot easier to create the similar content so you're in one vein, one message to the audience. It penetrates harder when you have one message, okay? So think about your audience, jot that down. What's their age? What's their sex? What's their education? What's their economic status? The middle class. And I kind of did this on the next page, I think. Okay, good. So if I'm thinking about my audience, I'm going to give you an example for me. If I'm thinking about my audience, I'm thinking men and women over 40, middle class, working class for me. College educated, status maybe semi-famous because I worked in the industry for so long, and entrepreneurs. And I'll add, you can add things to this as you go. Values, my friends like labels. They might be having designer labels here and there. They might be having a lot of fun, but also work hard. Maybe that's their mantra. Have fun, but work hard, right? Their assumptions, well, they want to get their best out of life. So these are the kind of stats you want to put up and create when you're creating content. You want to have your audience in mind. So jot that down. Like, what's your big reason why? Okay, I want to create podcasts because I want to reach more people and I want to sell my courses, or I want to just create a following for my after book club, or whatever is a reason that you want to create a following. For me, it's I want to be a media mogul. Straight up, I want to be a media mogul. So that's why I'm doing it. So whatever the reason is, also put the season. Like, I'm going to do it from November to March. This is my season. I'm doing this kind of work and content creation from November to March. And then you kind of put the stats of who are you talking to? Who's your audience? Who do you want to reach? Those three things, the reason, the season, and the audience, are really as important. And that's where you start to create the content. You don't start from a blank page. You start from, who is my audience? What do they want to know about? Okay, so now when I start to create the content, right? So I have my reason, I have my season, and I have my audience. Now I'm starting to figure out what kind of content I want to create for them, right? Maybe I'll do, since I have college educated, maybe middle class, working class, maybe I'll do something that they can see after work. Make something that's after work, make videos after work, how to make videos, how to make compelling videos after work, how to make TikToks after work. That would be within the frame of my season, something that my audience would be interested in. See how it works, and it's totally related. So you start to attract the people that you want to attract, not the people you don't want to attract. I should be making content that's appropriate. I can do a video on making content that's appropriate. I know a lot of teachers are not on, a lot of cops and teachers, and there's a lot of government people that are not online. And I believe that they should be online, because you never know when you're going to need that support, that following. You might get in trouble. A friend might need you to do a GoFundMe page. So you always need that social media following, that social media background. Okay, so current events, money saving or attending. There's so many things, designer stuff, blogging. So I'm coming up with great ideas because I'm thinking about my audience and who I'm speaking to. Another thing you want to think about after you think about your reason, your season, your audience, and you start to come up with ideas, it's kind of like a puzzle. You want to just kind of mind map it. You're going to think about your offer, especially if you are an entrepreneur. And speaking to the entrepreneurs out here, any of you YouTubers who have an offer, who have a business on the site, and really want to use YouTube as a platform, but also want to sell memberships or courses, or you want to even sell your show, to watch your show. Think about what that offer is, whether it's watching your podcast or buying your courses. What is the selling season quarter, which we talked about it. My selling season is from now to March. Okay. I'm using that as my selling season. You're going to sit down and brainstorm and create a content list for this season, right? You want to create something that's unique, that's different, that cuts through the noise, not the same old stuff. Because a lot of people are out here teaching, believe it or not, but it's the same old stuff. This is stuff you haven't heard anywhere. I know it because I own it. And ain't nobody talking about this. So sit down and brainstorm your content list, come up with titles and categories, but you work from your offer backwards. Like, so my offer is, how to book guests, and how to book guests and launch a podcast in 45 days. How to, how to 10 steps to booking great guests, right? Is my content. So I work backwards on that. So as I said, look, I'm creating content after work or on the weekends. How to create content after work or on the weekends. How to network so you can book more interesting guests. Why celebrity guests are not the best thing. Those are all titles for my content that would work great. But see that I'm in the realm of what I'm doing and my season and my reason. So you've got to be in your season, in your reason, and all of this starts bubbling up. And it's almost like a puzzle. You're putting the puzzle pieces together. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be totally exactly on your offer. Like, it doesn't have to be, see, I wrote, creating content after work, creating content on the weekends. This thing was named, creative content planning, right? It's planning your content. I'm doing all of that is related to my offer. So it's fine to do content in that way that's related to your offer throughout the whole season. I mean, you got like, I don't know, three or 4 months. It's like, 90, 120 days. So there's a lot of content that can be put out. So you don't have to be dead on always selling your course. You want to bring in and lure interest, be creative, be unique, and show up on YouTube like nobody else is showing up. Now, the other caveat I have to say is there are trends that happen in YouTube that are not saturated. So there's a lot of good trends happening. You do want to follow the trends because people just ride the wave, honey. They're like everybody else. They want to go on the trend. If you ever see TikTok, there's trends. So definitely, you should definitely do the trends. I don't think you should, shy away from trends. Um, I definitely think you should, jump on the trend wagon, whether it's an audio, the audio trends of vertical video, or, on Instagram when the audio is trending. All that stuff helps to give you momentum. Definitely jump on trends if you need that. But in the end, the real secret sauce is creating amazing videos that people haven't seen before on YouTube, creating amazing content that they really can't get anywhere else anywhere else but from you. All right, so talk about things you don't have time to do in a session. You should talk about things you don't have time to do in a session. Like today, I thought about this. I don't do this in my course. I don't do any of this. So this is the stuff I can teach on the outside. Prepare and educate your client. Hold on, guys. Prepare and educate your clients so they are ready to work with you. That is another way. You want your client to be ready to work with you. That's some of the content you should make. So now this is becoming clearer, right? You're understanding that you can make purposeful content that resonates with people and people will watch because they're coming into your funnel or your realm of reference. It doesn't matter whether you're selling something or not selling something. You don't want to create videos just to create them. Once in a blue moon, though, you can say that. I know I'm contradicting myself. That's the way broadcast is. Once in a blue moon, you can, like, for instance, I'm a plant lover and I created a garden in the front of my apartment building, and it was a side piece of dirt patch. And I created this garden and I've been dying to make videos about it, but I've been really waiting to like I could do one or two videos on that. I'm not going to go off on it and create another channel. I'm just focused on creating this channel one step at a time. You have to kind of really harness your energy. But I could do one day of doing that. I'm dying to do that. So if you've ever, your hobbies and things like that, you could throw in that into your YouTube channel, of course. But in the realm, you do want to stay within the circumference of the main message that you're giving out. They like to know you a little bit, know you personally, to know, like, and trust you. So maybe they would like to know that you are, you were a pro skater when you were younger, or you were a professional skier, or you, I don't know, love book clubs and are a Stephen King fan. I love Stephen King. Um, they like to know those extra personal things about you, but it shouldn't take over the broadcast and take over the reason you're doing it. Remember, you have a reason, a season, and an audience that you have to answer to. And if there's not like things and they can't expect the same thing, same channel, that they're probably going to move on. All right, I hope that makes sense. All right, let me see what's going on here. Hold on, guys. Let's go back to this slide. We are all the way live coming from Southern California. See, I like that lighting, but that's because my screen is full. Let me show you something else. Hold on a second, guys. I want to come back to you. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting this flashlight lighting. God, this is such bad lighting. Anyways, I wanted to come back and say, content is practice. So you have to get in and practice. You can start practicing with like TikTok and making little TikTok videos or Instagram. Like just get started. It doesn't matter when you start, how you start. Starting is messy. In content creation, starting is just messy. But it's good if you sit down and jot some kind of strategy. Some kind of strategy, people. Make comments, guys, if you're watching from the East Coast to West Coast, or if you're watching the hashtag or the replay. Hope you guys can hear me. Somebody would tell me, right? If you couldn't hear me, I'm gonna be upset. If all y'all came to visit me and didn't tell me you can hear me. Technical issues. That's why you need a team, guys. Some solo dolo today, but you can actually do that in this day and age. Isn't that amazing? I love it. All right, so I'm gonna go back to creating content, guys. Here we go. You're gonna think about your offer, and then I want you to think about the list that you prepared. So let's think about an offer. Let's say I'm going to do a video on how to feel good on camera, 3 things not to do when you launch your podcast, things I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel. See, these are all really good titles. See, how to feel good on camera may not be related to my podcasting. Excuse me. It may not be exactly what my podcasting is. My podcast course is about booking guests and getting started, because I believe in order to start a podcast, you really need to start with interviews, because interviews are the thing that will launch you faster than anything else. And you'll see why when you start the class and you do your interviews. It just is the best way to take a cold shower with podcasting. You just got to jump in the deep end of the pool. And I think interviews are the best way to do that. So maybe my content, how to feel good on camera, may not be directly related to booking guests or doing a podcast, but it is, because you have to feel good on camera for a podcast. It is related. It's not directly exactly the subject, but it is related to podcasting. All right. So understanding your target audience, a free podcast deep dive. So the power of podcasting, why you should start your own show. Oh, okay. So these are all the titles that I came up with. I went to ChatGPT and I thought, how can I come up with titles? That's another good thing you can do, is go to ChatGPT and go, this is the audience I want. This is my reason. This is my season. This is my audience. Give me some good title categories of topics I can talk about before in my marketing phase, as opposed to being in the course phase, right? Because there's 2 different audiences. The audience that's warming up to you, that's getting to know you, and giving them too much information sometimes is a turnoff. So I hope I'm not talking too much. Speaking of, reminding myself. In the end, there are 2 different audiences in a way, even though they can be the same people. They're outside, they're strangers, they're getting to know you. So if they watch your content, they get to feel comfortable with you more and more each time, because you're feeding your audience a little meal. Understanding your target audience, a pre-podcast deep dive. See, these are some titles I came up with ChatGPT. The power of podcasting, why you should start your own show. Podcasting and personal branding, a powerful combination. Podcast as a side hustle, which I think most people should do, especially if your job. Don't leave your job. Do online coaching as a side hustle for a while, because it takes a while. It takes like a year or 2 to get it up and running to the point where the music is flowing, as you know what I mean. Moolah is flowing. Mastering the art of visual storytelling, tips and techniques. I mean, these are all ideas. And this is a list that I made for you guys to get inspired to start creating your list. All right, so everybody should be creating their list right now. Create your list of all the categories and titles. Your brain should be warming up and thinking of all the content that you want to create. And it takes time. It takes a little time. It takes a little effort. But you don't, the one thing you want to do is not bore people. I hope I'm not boring you today. You don't want to bore you. You want to do the same old, same old. You want to do something out the box, different, really just shocking, almost shocking people in a way. Mr. Beast does very well with that. Okay. So let's talk about, and I talked about this yesterday, how important it is when you shoot content that you shoot it on separate days from your research and scheduling posts, especially in the beginning, because it gets a little hairy. It gets a little hairy, guys. You want to create and research. You want to daydream and be creative by coming up with what we're doing now. We're creating the content, we're creating the categories. And I hope you guys are still writing as I'm speaking about this. You want to daydream about your content. You want to just daydreaming about my content. Yes. You want to be able to do it on a separate day. You don't want to anything before or after. You want to really be admin that day. Especially with my business, when you're running a business, I used to have with my business days, I used to have my office days. They were like Tuesdays because that's when I did all office work. I did no shooting. I didn't meet with clients. I didn't do any in-person things. And shooting your content is an in-person thing. And another reason why you should do these things on separate days, researching your content, daydreaming about your content, shooting your content. See the little circle, like the ring light in the camera, shooting your content, and then posting your content is the third photo. The reason you want to do those on separate days as well is because when you're on camera, you cannot be in your head. That is the worst thing you can do is to be in your head. You want to be here. You want to be present. You can't be in your head. You get this weird look on your face when you get in your head, right? You know, guys know what I'm talking about. Got a deer in headlights, right? So to be on camera, you want to be calm, you want to be centered, you want to be prepared, you want to know what's going on, you want to be in control, like you know who, like this bitch. Sorry, I'm cursing, but you want to be in freaking control, like this mamma jamma right here. Okay? You want to be in control of life, in control of your content, in control. And the way you do that is you think about your audience, have a reason and a season, then think about your offer, work backwards from your offer, write the content, write the ideas. This is a list to get you inspired that I wrote my own list. And then shoot these things on separate days. Research on one day, shoot on another day, post on another day. Yes, I know everyone's exhausted by now. I get it. But that's what we're facing. It, like Gary Vaynerchuk for 15 years has been saying, social media is important. It's going to be part of our everyday life. I can only think of our great grandparents who had to deal with the influx of the telephone and television coming in. Our great parents are, and dealing with that revolutionary change probably was really hard for them. But it still was good, right? We have so much more convenience and all the AI that's happening now with social media. It's amazing what's happening. Today on my Google Drive, I just got a thing that it can make an appointment for you. It's a box and it's totally competing with Calendly. And I knew it because I didn't get Calendly this time for my business. Calendly, you guys, is a platform where you can go and make an appointment. So someone could just go make an appointment. You can just go make an appointment at this link and Calendly would make the appointment for you. But my website does that. So I didn't buy Calendly this year, even though every content creator I know has Calendly, or every content course creator I know has Calendly. right now, Gmail, Google Calendar now has finally a box that you can send to your clients and they can make their own appointment. So happy. AI is coming down the pipe. There's a lot of great new things coming down the pipe. So I am excited about that. Again, think about your offer. And that's it. If there's any, let me see if there's anybody got questions. Let me show my chat. Hold on, guys. I'm going to show my chat. Let's see. Anybody have questions? Some destinations won't get comments. Okay. Any questions, you guys? Let me check. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Comments. It's weird with a really great platform, though, guys. You should be on it. It's so amazing. Okay, so I'm on my page now, and I'm seeing if any comments. Hold on. Streamer's a little weird with comments. Oh, comments. Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. I'm gonna die if everybody can hear me. Okay. So let's talk about my next guest booking planner. It's 10 steps to hold on, guys. It's 10 steps to booking great guests. So let's talk about my next guest booking planner. 10 steps to booking great guests for your podcast. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about this development. Yeah. If you want this planner, it is so cool. It's a video and it's an audio, so it take you step by step of creating your next, 12 to 30 guests, and it's really great. I'm really proud of it. It's on my website, so dallasmedia.com. You can sign up and get that. It's going to help you a lot. I also wanted to show you something else. Let me show you something else. See, hold on, guys. Woo! We are all the way live. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're still with me. So I hope that content creation direction gave you a clarity about what kind of content to create first. I think it's important that you don't get confused, you don't get down the rabbit hole of creating such random content that really is not in alignment with your life and your values and the kind of audience that you want to attract. Attract your tribe. Maybe you'll think about selling something to them later. Attract your tribe now and attract it with the methods that I spoke of, that I shared with you. I'm also going to show you something else. Let me pull this up. If anybody has a comment, somebody comment up in this. Come on, I don't see any comment. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I see it. Hi. Somebody said hi. Oh, hi, Alex. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. um, guys, let's see. I wanted to show you something else, but I think I have to. Oh, I think I have to share my screen. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see, share screen, share screen. Make sure I know where I'm sharing my screen. I'll share it over here. Sharing. Okay, so I want to share this screen. I think you're seeing my screen. Let me make sure. Yes, you're seeing my screen, the Best Guest Planner. That's at dallasmedia.com. And the thing about this screen right here is this is on my website where you can sign up for a 10-step, what I just showed you, the 10-step podcast guest planner. But what's great about this is, hold on, okay, let me see that I have the screen. Okay, what's great about this is, let me see if I can change, is that when you scroll down, so let's say you subscribe, you slow down, there's a quick starter that it's $97, but if you email me and say that you watched the podcast and you said I said that you can get it for free, you can get this $97 for free to help you with the planner. Okay, so get the planner first, and then I can help you with the planner, or just book the appointment. You can schedule a Zoom. Right here is where you can join me. Let's talk on camera for the media lounge in the Facebook group. Okay, so this is where you can join me. And so you got to go to my website. You got to go to my website, get the planner, get everything you need, and you should be hooked up with that. All right, guys. I'm so sad. I hate this lighting. I'm so sorry. I have like so much white lighting. This is because I've never podcast at night. Nice to learn that podcasting at night, what it does. Um, okay, so again, let me go over how you create a direction for your content creation. So let's go back over it really quick. Um, Creative content planning. If you want to sit like a diva, if you want to be a boss, and if you want to be in charge, then this is how you do it. Think about your audience first, jot down where they come from, what's their sex, their knowledge, their education, who you want to attract is really important. Here's my audience, that's who I wrote, and I started to create content for that. Think about your offer, work have a reason, have a season, and have your offer ready. Like, what is your offer? And my offer is how to book it for a podcast. I'm giving the offer a 10-step system of how to book guests for a podcast. So I'm going to create to your offer. Make the list. Make that list and create like the categories. I would suggest you just list in the first list categories. Don't get involved in starting to create the content underneath the title right away, but just brainstorm your ass off. Literally, I swear, for a half an hour, do it. Like, because you're going to come up, you're going to need these titles. You're going to need this category of titles. You're going to need them like, oh my God, like oxygen. So just go crazy and create your list. Definitely shoot on separate days. Shooting one day, research one day, posting the other day. At some point, when you've mastered all three of these, you can start to mix them a little bit, but be careful. I would not shoot on the same day that I'm doing research unless I had to. Today I kind of did that a little bit, but I really didn't do research for this. I had this all prepared the other another day. Guess that doesn't count, but I was doing research for something else. But I'm a veteran. I've been doing this a long time. So I'm telling you, this is my best advice to you is to really not shoot on the same day. If you're shooting, you want to have at least 2 hours or hour to prepare for hair and makeup. I would leave 2 hours. And definitely use StreamYard. StreamYard is awesome sauce. And I would organize my slides and my bullet points another day before, week before, a few days before. Shoot one day and then post on another day because shooting it takes a lot out of you. It does, especially when you're teaching. Okay? Even if you're shooting on your phone and you're doing landscape or vertical, if you're doing a bunch of verticals, I would batch shoot those. Definitely batch shoot those. You know this already. I'm not saying anything you didn't know. I want to teach you some things you didn't know today. But you want to batch shoot those. But even then, you need time and space to get yourself together beforehand. Center yourself and with speak with conviction, speak with direction, speak with calmness so that you're driving the car. The car is not driving you. I hope that makes sense. I think that's it, you guys. We got the offer. We got my next planner. Okay, how to feel good on camera is the next video that's coming up. So make sure you look for that and make sure that you get your book planner. It's idallasmedia.com. I am going to be in my private Facebook group tomorrow. You will not see this for free tomorrow. I will be in my private Facebook group. It is free, but you have to sign up for my email newsletter to get that information. Thank you so much. Or you can go to the top of my Facebook page at facebook.com at Alice Leon. And pinned on the top of my page is the link to my Facebook private group, Media Lounge. It's been my pleasure to serve you on YouTube land. Hey, YouTubers. And in Facebook land. Hey, Facebookers. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.